This is Kendra with Twist TV, and I'm back with another video. I just wanted to do this quick video real quick.
Survive on this planet if white people didn't exist.
Ooh, I know. You know all those towns that y'all burnt down? Yeah, we still have those.
Life
You know the
without white
generational
people.
wealth that was taken from all those families? Yeah, we still have that. We still have our land. More of us will be able to live out our life expectancy.
Amen.
None of the genocides would have happened.
Nope.
Our ancestors' bodies wouldn't be under parking lots. Nature wouldn't have been attacked. The sun wouldn't have been hid from us. Our ancestors' ancient symbols wouldn't be warped into today's nonsense.
Amen.
Our ancestors' tombs wouldn't be dug up because y'all trying to explore shit. Our kids wouldn't have to get raised to learn how to exist in an anti-black world.
Amen.
We wouldn't be getting fed poison or trying to find the most unnatural way to do things.
And we wouldn't
We could just go
black.
to the grocery store without having to worry about if we're going to make it back home.
Amen.
And most importantly, some motherfucking peace.
Amen. And so I want you guys to understand, white people, we did successful without white men. As a matter of fact, the reason why we are no longer as successful as we should be is because white men. And that was by design, because due to the Reconstruction era and creating integration and forcing Martin Luther King to force that on us, is the reason why we are no longer as successful. We went from owning billions of acres of land to none at all, and now only white people and foreigners own it. We would have everything that our technology would have been way more advanced, right? Because it was way more advanced. We already had running water, toilets and bathrooms and electric and electric cars. These things are new to white man, not new to black man. We already had this stuff, right? Your Tartarian land that you want to fake, like all you did was take all of our history, hide it from us, and then come back with it and act like you did it. We are Tartarian and all those lands, those are black nations. All the electric vehicles, designs, all of this stuff, we invented this already. All you guys did was do what you do with everything. You come back with your little patent press and then act like, look what white man did. You know you didn't. We know you didn't design that. We know you didn't build it. We know that you didn't create it. White man did not come out with Tesla. White man was not Nikola Tesla. We already had this electric. We already had electric. As a matter of fact, if you go throughout New York City, you see those towers and some of those little pyramid-looking things with those electric rod things wrapped around it. That was us. Electricity was free to everybody. We've had this stuff already. We had trains, cars, buses. We had excavators to build big buildings. That's how we were able. We were the inventions of brick and of mortar, and created bricks and build these big buildings and mausoleums for our dead. Okay, we did this stuff already. That's why we have black people buried in iron caskets, because we already were advanced. Why it was a white man who went around treacherously burning our stuff down and dumbing us down, causing too many of these trail of tears. So many times we have been moved, and through terror, moved off our land, moved from all we knew to each generation. They kept doing this, moving us. So we lost information. And as simultaneously you hide away our stuff in the Vatican Church, in that other place, hide all our history, hide all our stuff, and then come back with it as a reinvention of that something a white man did. All of it is BS. Tesla ain't even from that, man. He stole that idea from the nigga that wrote it. They got all the books of Alexandria. They got all the books and inventions and stuff that we had already done. Black people already done this stuff. Nothing new under the sun. We built this civilization not by slave labor, but by working together as a nation and a people. We did this worldwide. All white people did was come in and steal and become treacherous, burning things down, rewritten it, and as a book of Maccabees said, put it in their likeness. That's the only thing that happened. This is not a racist video. This is a real video. This is real history, all in a nutshell, all done in a couple of seconds. For people to know what really happened in history is to wake up and understand the same thing that happened with anything black people do. We invent it. White people come in, and then they come in and they what they call it when they say we appropriate it, because we know they come in, they appropriate it, and then they steal it completely. That's what they've been doing. This is historically the movement in which white people always have did. Culture appropriation and then theft. This is historically accurate. So how would we survive without white people? We would be surviving completely. Right? Completely. And it's no disrespect to your race, it's just being honest. The reason why we're dying is because of being around you. The reason why we are not successful the way we are, because being around you. We are no longer getting married because being around you. This is what you have done to our people. There would be no drugs in our society. More parents would be able to raise their children at home. We would have everything. Our water, as she said, our water supply would not be poisoned. Our minds would not be poisoned with false education and conceptual art. We would be far more advanced educationally. As a matter of fact, we would have probably already, if we already had flying cars, we would know it. You know what I mean? Our history wouldn't be hidden from us. Our calendars would be correct. Our dates and months and years would be accurate. Our timeline biblically would be accurate. Our Bibles would be correct. If white people did not exist, we would be better off. I'm just being honest. So how would we fare without you guys? We would have fared greatly without you. No disrespect, but this is the honest truth, because we fared greatly before we were dealing with white folk. Had you never come over here, had there never been no you, we would have been very much successful in life. Period. Point blank. We would have been married. We would have had children. There would have been more marriages, more children. There would be no drugs. There would be no alcohol or abuse thereof. There would not be half of the depression, suicide, homicides, drugs, none of that. There would be no drugs. We would have never done opioids. None of this stuff. There would not be a vast majority of a whole bunch of homosexual and child sex stuff all over everything. You know what I mean? We would have fared better. I'm just being honest. We would have fared very much better. That's why I oftentimes advocate for segregation again, because we fared better not being integrated. We lost billions of acres of land. When white people came over, we used to own, before white people came to America, we used to own billions of acres. Now nothing but foreigners and whites own it. So we would have everything. We would have lived as good as we were living, and if not better, right? And so, yeah, in a nutshell, if you want to know how we would fare without you, we fared very much without you. If anybody wants to view the comment section, let's see what they're saying below. Of course, 100% better. We've never needed you. You've always needed us. This is a truth. We've never needed you. What do you think you burned our stuff down? We didn't need you. We didn't burn your stuff down. You burned our stuff down. Remember, we never needed white people. That way, black parents could sleep at night. Amen. We could go out to stores. We can go ride our bikes. We can walk the street at night with a hooded sweatshirt on. Our men don't have to worry about being frisked and all that extra stuff. They can have big penises and nobody worried about castrating them. The women can give birth in a hospital without some white woman or man trying to kill them and their offspring. Can we keep going? The earth would be in a perfect balance because we are builders, not destroyers. Just imagine the peace we'd all have. Amen. Because black on black crime was an invention of the white man when he peddled drugs into our community. So you have to understand that black on black crime is silliness, because each person kills themselves. They have more access to themselves. But let's just say it was more or less a byproduct to the drug epidemic that was spewing into our neighborhood and brought in by white folk, right? And mixed with the gangster rap that white folk created, because black people only did poetry. We never did gangster rap. We also would have the rights to all our inventions and would have generational wealth. Ooh, say that again. Woke would still mean what it is supposed to mean. Well, woke just means coming into enlightenment, the truth. That's it. That's what woke means. That's what woke means. Coming into the truth. We actually be in peace, and our children would know where they came from, amen, and who they are. That's right. And they wouldn't be harassed, raped, beaten, and arrested for being black. We all fantasize about white people disappearing, and that's being honest. the world would be better in general. Everything was on point except what? Yaqub is actually our father. Jacob, no letter J, O in the Hebrew, holy seed, the real children of Israel, so-called black man. Our food wouldn't be riddled with poisonous chemicals, right? We were before you fags. Okay, yeah. We would have millions that weren't killed by racists. Also, Planned Parenthood wouldn't have been a thing. Eugenics wouldn't have been a thing. So all those 90 million babies that were aborted due to Planned Parenthood, due to y'all making black people self-hate, and also not only just that, making the struggle by removing our generational wealth and keeping us in poverty, well, we would have been wealthy enough and there would be no abortion. So those 90 million children, or how many ever that was being killed through Planned Parenthood, would still be on this earth. Next thing. The real question is, how would y'all survive without us, brown folk? That's the truth. Without stealing. That's the truth. Okay? People, white people, she was trying to say, and more, or anything. And when we say white, we don't just mean Caucasian. We mean everything that is not brown skin. Stealing, she said, and more to just get a leg up. Don't worry, we'll wait. Has it been only 1,000 of years of patience? Definitely be fewer wars. The sun is eliminating them now. Okay, we don't need all that. This is not to hate. This was to edify. Because the humans who classify themselves white didn't exist until 500 BC. This is true. By the time they terrorized Western, Southern, Eastern Asian, all aspects of civilization fell over a period of 100,000 before they got here. Well, yes and no, and that 100,000 that you're talking about is incorrect. The earth is not that old. Stop getting your math from white folk. That's also something. If white people did not exist, or we went without white people, the chronological history would be told accurately and sufficiently, and then we would know what time frame we're in, and we wouldn't have 5,000 years go by and still be in the year 2000, or we wouldn't have 1,000,000 years go by and still be in the year 2000. Make it make sense. This is why black people should stop shopping at white, Chinese, and Indian stores, and let's see who needs who. I keep saying that. I'm just keeping it 100. We need our own stuff. Everybody's like, how could we survive without you? Very well. The problem is the reason why we would stick together better. And the reason why we are not sticking together is because white people would have it so. That's why they make all this black on black crime, can't be in the black community, this getting shot, this one getting raped, this one, the black people doing this to each other. They're doing this on purpose. That's why they need you to be as debased and broken as possible. They need the women to hate the babies, hate the men to hate the babies and hate the men. This is how you destroy a nation. You get them debased and depraved. And this is what they're doing. And the longer we stay under them, the more debased and depraved we become. This is why we need to understand that we need to segregate. No disrespect. I believe in all humankind, but I believe that we also need to be to ourselves for a little bit. Let us get ourselves together, and then we can talk about coming together and integrating with the rest of the world. But until we as a people are together getting ourselves up, there's no need to talk about integration when we as a people have not acclimated ourselves into our own people, let alone trying to acclimate other people into us. You know, it'd be like black card, white card, you got a black card, your black card revoked. No, we need to be acclimated back into us again, right? And that's just point blank period. And so how would we be without white folk? Well, we saw what we did without white folk. We build nations without white folk. Okay, history that white people hide so much and is so afraid to talk about. It's all the dark ages when we ruled in great civilizations, the Tartars, all that stuff. Nigga, that was just us. Nigga, stop trying to put the great, what they call it, the reset. Nigga, wasn't no reset. The reset was you when they started making y'all incubation babies for supply and demand because you were slaves brought over here to do the labor that brown skinned folk some were doing if they were enslaved, but we were importing more white Europeans over here, Slavic folk, than anybody because the slave labor was cheap. And they had already, white folk, Slavic folk had already been enslavement from 700 BC. So they were already in the Slavic Ottoman slave trade, and they were shipped over here, and they were shipped over here as babies. You know, that's what that Cabbage Patch Kid thing is. Those were just orphan trained slaves. So how would we do without white people? We would fare very well without white folk. Without any of these white nations, we did fine. So I stop with the silly questions and the silly antics. Y'all know that we did great without y'all. The question is, can you do without us? Can you do without us? Without harvesting our organs? Without shooting the men down in the street, without dehumanizing us to justify the hate that you have in your heart and the jealousy. Could you do without us? That's all I'm saying. Anyway, this is with True Us TV. Like, share, and subscribe, y'all. Turn on that notification, hit that bell, do all that. Thumbs up, comment down below. Comment down below. Comment down below if you made it this far. Anyway, this is Kendra with True Us TV. Stay up, stay blessed. Put God first above all else. Peace out, bye.